Welcome back to Front Page. Well, as we promised at Oracle AI World 2025, the company unveiled some of its biggest moves yet, launching the Oracle Database 26 AI with built-in agentic and vector capabilities, and introducing the AI data platform to unify enterprise data analytics and generative AI in one system. We covered all of this on the front page over the last few days. But before we actually play our exclusive follow-up interview, here's a very quick recap of what you will be hearing today. In a major collaboration push, global IT leaders Infosys, Cognizant, Accenture, and LTIMindtree have pledged over $1.5 billion to build industry-specific AI use cases and train more than 8,000 practitioners on Oracle Stack. Oracle has also deepened its AI infrastructure partnerships, deploying 50,000 AMD MI450 GPUs and expanding its alliance with NVIDIA to power the new OCI Zettascale10 cluster. And we're also happy to provide an extended coverage of the event with AIM on ground at Las Vegas. In an exclusive conversation with AIM, Oracle's India leadership explains how these global announcements translate on the ground, the momentum around OCI, new customer wins across BFSI, manufacturing, and public sector, and why India is emerging as a critical hub in Oracle's global AI roadmap. And here is that conversation exclusively on Front Page on AIM Network, straight from Las Vegas as promised, with our very own senior editorial producer, Amit Rajanayak.
Thank you. At the outset, really warm welcome to all of you. I know coming all the way from India, a long flight, but that also talks about your interest, your commitment in what Oracle is doing, and we are equally excited. So we have two new CEOs, and you would have heard the announcement, and Safra is now taking the vice chair of the company. But the level of excitement and the motivation has gone up. The title this year is AI Changes Everything. And if you saw the keynotes yesterday and this morning, you would have seen across the industries, when you talk about, say, starting with energy, moving to travel, transport, to hotels, and to health, how AI is really making a big impact to all the walks of life. And then this morning, everything happening in TikTok, or the way OpenAI is using OCI. It's been such a game changer. And this is, I would say, just the starting point. So do we say AI is changing everything? AI has changed many things. And when we see the different industries, which we saw yesterday and this morning, and then within different industries, the different departments, you talk about human capital, you talk about finance, you talk about recruitment, supply chain, ERP, everywhere it's touching. And this is such a big game changer. You may have also seen some of the announcements, and these are, again, it's basically talking about how do we create a new market. The big announcement about AI data platform and the different components of AI data platform. Prema and Shailesh are going to talk in detail about these announcements. AI data platform, or the database 23 AI moving towards 26 AI, the Zettascale architecture, the multi-cloud announcement, the universal credits for multi-cloud. That is, if you are buying universal credits from Oracle, today, we used to say that you can use across infrastructure services, platform services, but now what we are saying is you can use these credits across the other hyperscalers. You buy it once and you can use either across AWS or GCP or Microsoft. Then you talk about the way things are changing across Fusion, the AI-infused Fusion applications or the analytics. I know last year, and this is what Steve Miranda also said on the stage yesterday, he had promised that we are going to have 100 agents this year. And if you remember the number he said this morning, he said, exactly, he said 600 from our side, another 100 coming from the partners. That's how the market is seeing everything. So it's very, very exciting time at Oracle. A very exciting time in terms of the product innovation. The market is seeing us, the way we are working with our customers, our partners, and similar kind of momentum we are seeing in the market, in the India market, and across the industries. You talk about banking, you talk about telecom, you talk about manufacturing, public sector, similar kind of momentum. Apart from whatever you saw, there is one thing you may have heard repeatedly, that we are providing products to our customers where they want to use them. That's such a big game changer from our side, and that is really creating the differentiation. You want to use in our public cloud, or you want part of that public cloud to be available in your data center within your firewalls, whatever way you want to use. Then we have the complete data center as a dedicated region available for any of the customers, any of the industries, whatever way they want to use. Or then we have isolated regions. Some of the customers may say, still, I may have a public data center, but I don't want any kind of connectivity. So how do you create the isolated data center? And then, of course, we have a co-labeled / white label offering for our partners that they can take it as their clouds to the market, what we call an alloy. So having the best of infrastructure platform and software services, giving the flexibility to our customers the way they want to deploy, having more and more services being released and delivered on a daily basis, and then harnessing the benefits of AI to our customers. Our customers and partners today can build, train, and deploy whatever way they like. Because if you see the complete stack we have, starting from infrastructure to data to applications, today AI is embedded everywhere. So you have flexibility from all standpoint. You have your choice, and it's basically how do we work and support our partners and customers so that their end objective is met. So let me hand it over to Madam Prema now to cover the infrastructure, and then Shailesh.
Thank you, Shelly. Thank you very much for setting the context, and thank you everyone for taking the time and talking to us today, right? I'm sure you all have heard a host of announcements, and I'll take this opportunity to cover some of the, the hot topics, at least from an OCI standpoint. So OCI has been powering, our growth with the AI infrastructure, right? But having said that, OCI itself has been our differentiation is in terms of how we have differentiated our cloud compared to, the rest of the hyperscalers. And that is in terms of helping to drive business value for our customers, whether it is in terms of, more security, more performance, and being more economical, whether it is for enterprises or governments. OCI is becoming a choice of cloud for our customers in terms of embracing, whether it is in terms of cloud native workloads, data workloads, or AI, AI, Gen AI capabilities on our cloud. So given that context, the whole, I would say the whole theme has been in terms of delivering the AI advantage for our customers. And if you look at our AI strategy, as Shaili said a little before, we are bringing AI into every layer of, the entire stack. Starting at the infrastructure layer, we bring in AI ML capabilities with the AI infrastructure, our partnerships with NVIDIA and AMD that you would have heard. Today, we are building, Zettascale data centers, as well as the first hyperscaler to be able to bring AMD processors and GPUs to be made publicly available. So that partnership is going very strong, bringing in, I would say, a very strong footprint with respect to AI infrastructure, driving scale, reliability, and efficiency for customers. And the most important benefit is customers can leverage this AI infrastructure to be able to run their, I would say, their large language models or foundation models at a lower cost in terms of the overall power unit, but still driving more reliability and efficiency. Next comes the data layer. And in the data layer today, there were a host of announcements which was happening, starting with the AI data platform, then the autonomous AI data lakehouse, the 26 AI, and vector search capabilities and so on and so forth. I just want to take a one step back and also tell you that as Oracle, we have been, housing, I would say, tons of mission critical data over the last many decades. We've been the custodian for our customers, in terms of managing their data for a very, very long time. And therefore, and that has given us an edge in terms of understanding what the customer pain points are, bringing AI into their database, therefore removing some of the silos that typically happens in an enterprise environment, unifying the data, bringing AI closer to that enterprise data or applications and workflows, and then kind of extending that to Gen AI models to be able to drive better innovation insight for our customers. The third big announcement is in terms of how we have innovated in terms of our networking layer itself within OCI. With Acceleron, right? And Acceleron today removes some of the, I would say, the bandwidth limitations that is there in any other hyperscalers. It's a direct path for customers to quickly move their workloads, bring in, I would say, ultra low latency, and therefore it improves again, in terms of driving much better performance, more security, and a much more reliable network when they start using our clouds. From an India business standpoint, for OCI has been driving almost 65% growth in terms of our bookings, and that's kind of contributing to a very strong revenue and consumption in the market. On an average, we are acquiring about 40 plus new logos every quarter. So in the last 1 year, we're talking about 175 to 180 customers, new customer logos who are embracing OCI. 50% of those are cloud native workloads, which is not just not the Oracle database market, and the 50% is, yes, Oracle workloads and Oracle database cloud services, which they continue to adopt. Our biggest contributors are banking financial services, contributing about 32% of our revenue, followed by professional services, ITES, which contributes roughly about 28%. Public sector is again, we've been winning quite a few big logos, contributing about 12% of our revenue, followed by digital natives, fintechs, manufacturing, automotive, and media entertainment, who contribute to a large sum of the cloud native business that we currently do in India. And I do believe that with multi-cloud, which is already announced, we are going to be launching the DB at Azure and DB at Google very shortly in India, and that's going to create another leap of momentum in terms of helping our customers to embrace Oracle Cloud Services and adopt Oracle Cloud Services, whoever have already taken their journey with Azure or GCP per se. So that's going to kind of drive more momentum for customers in India and giving them the right choice to be able to deploy the workloads where they want to be. Also looking at some of our customers who have embraced, I would say OCI and AI. If I were to look at some of the customer names like Convin AI, who's a startup. They are basically into a contact center solution. And they use our OCI with the Gen AI capabilities to be able to build and train, their large language models, so that they can give 100% quality assurance to, for the customer services that they do. So they leverage OCI's power and infrastructure to be able to deliver those services to their customers. Similarly, another customer, TVS Credit, which is another leading NBFC, they leverage again, they have an in-house built LLM, which they run on OCI, but leverage some of the Gen AI services available with us in terms of loan processing, credit scoring, to be able to also do quicker processing of their loan applications, right? And they've been a long-time customer with Oracle, and they continue to grow with us. Many other logos across enterprise, public sector, starting from some of the banks like Federal Bank, S Bank, Tata Motors, one of our largest automotive customers. And similarly, some of the NBFCs like Muthoot, Manappuram, Unico, and so on, they continue to leverage OCI services. Public sector, we had big wins at MORD, Ministry of Rural Health Development, and AIC, and IFCO, and so on and so forth. So the momentum is very, very positive, and we are looking to leverage some of these announcements to help our customers to drive greater business outcomes, and we're looking forward to another stellar year. Thank you. I'll hand it over to Shailesh.
Yeah, warm welcome again from to all of you. So I'll cover up the apps business, applications business. What Prema covered is a tech cloud business. So this is a SaaS business. So this is broadly the ERP, the financial supply chain, manufacturing, HR, which was the human capital management, the hire to retire process, and third is the CX business, which is sales, service, and marketing. Right, I'll start with the Q1 results. In the Q1, we had a 60% year-on-year growth in the business in India, and which is substantially, you all know that SaaS business is growing at 30%, as per all the analysts, basically it's growing at 30%. How we're growing at 60%, which reflects clearly that we are dominating the space, we're capturing the market, a strong momentum in the market. Okay, from an industry vertical perspective, we see a 100% growth in the BFSI business. BFSI has always been an area of strength for us, and we are going very strong in that. And the momentum continues. We're expanding into the businesses, and NBFC has been a very interesting area for us. Every month we are partnering with one or two NBFCs, which is doing, I think there's a huge wave of, pull factor from NBFCs to adopt the innovation from Oracle. The second vertical is healthcare. Okay, healthcare, it's like every healthcare company is now, we'll say that we initially partnered with the top 3 healthcare chains, right? The Fortis Healthcare, Apollo Healthcare, and then Narayana Hrudayalaya. And after that, it has been a run for Oracle. This has grown 100% year on year in this quarter. Okay, third vertical is IT/ITS vertical for us, and IT/ITS Oracle has always been very, very strong in the services sector. Okay, and this sector again has grown 100% for us, 100% year on year. So these are 3 primary verticals where business is doing very well, and there is a strong traction and pull in the market. From a product standpoint, I said like there are three product standpoints. So CX business has grown 100%. Okay, so CX is last financial year we have grown 100% year on year, and this quarter again we continue with the momentum of 100% growth on the CX business. And the primary pull factor is coming in from the CX Unity bundle, which is Customer 360, CDP, and Responses business. We had an iconic partnership with RBL in quarter 1. And we also had a partnership with DIT, Department of Income Tax, for the CDP area. Now going back to the ERP side, ERP we saw 50% year-on-year growth, and this is among 2 verticals, primary verticals, which is coming in. This is high-tech vertical, and it's in the manufacturing vertical. So these 2 verticals has given 50% year-on-year growth. If we go down to HR, so an area where we partner with Tata's as a group or Adani's as a group, this vertical has grown 100% year on year in couple of the verticals which has been there is it's high tech, and then it's BFSI vertical and IT/ITS. So these are verticals where we are growing. We are doing very, very well from a vertical standpoint. And looking at the way the India GDP growth is projected at 6.8%, looking at the SaaS business growing at roughly near about, the projection is it's going to become $50 billion by 2030. And looking at the way we are growing, I think we see amazing time for SaaS business in the country. Okay, and from innovation and the announcement which has been done in the cloud world, I think if you saw, if you were here, so last year we have announced that there will be 100 Gen AI features and 50 agentic AI features. And today we see the pace of innovation, it is 600, the count is 600. And the biggest transformation has been with AI Agentic Studio, right? So Oracle launched that in the middle of 2025, which gives the power to our partners, to configure more and more beyond whatever Oracle is doing. So there was a hackathon on Monday, and where our partners came together and they turned out 100 AI agents, right? So they turned out 100 AI agents in one day. Okay, so this is the pace, and this is a turnaround, and there is an announcement for AI agentic marketplace. Right. So what this marketplace is basically the partners who are developing these IPs in terms of the Agentic Studio, they're using Agentic Studio. These IPs can be imported, okay, which adds up to, I see like, it's something. It's not about a count now, 100, 600. So it's something which is going to add to these agents every day, and it's going to be very fast paced from here. So Oracle also announced a lot of new Gen AI features and agentic AI features in the supply chain side, on the ERP side, and HCM side. So probably this is what is the summary here.
Very good question. Yeah. Questions?
There's one question. Yesterday's yesterday's game that was I think this thing LTIMindtree, PwC, Cognizant. So they all I think committed close to 1.5 investment with plan for building agents and with data plans.
Developing use cases.
Yeah, developing use cases. A very positive stance. It was at the end of the keynote section, towards the end. That development also was the side, and that shows that the complements in terms of building those capabilities, agentic alongside, with how to support that. That was something it was very kept towards the end of the keynote. I think a lot of people missed it, but that was like a very good positive thing, especially Infosys. Tomorrow there's going to be announcement their financial earnings, which again Oracle is powering that. So it's very good positive things. So I just one thing that came out yesterday, really the insight. So that is one. So anything from IT and that you already mentioned.
Maybe Cognizant.
Yeah.
Upgrade on Cognizant.
Sure. So look, ITS is one of our biggest verticals, right? I mean, from an OCI standpoint as well. And I can give you a couple of examples. Both of them are publicly referenceable, so I can share. One is with Cognizant. They've been a very large user of PeopleSoft application, over the last many years. They tried to modernize it, and then they came back to us saying, look, we are not wanting to move this to SaaS because it's too big now, and help us to kind of modernize and make it more agile, make it more, driving better customer experiences for their internal users, because this is a human capital management experience. So this PeopleSoft includes both their financials as well as their the HR modules, right from hiring till retirement, which currently runs on OCI. Last year, when they started discussing this project with us, we helped them in terms of trying to put together, a complete data platform as well as an agentic model on OCI, so that can kind of drive roughly close to starting with 35 use cases, scalable to 100 different use cases for their internal employees. So on the financial side, this was the first thing we did is there were data which were in silos, because there were multiple data marts that they had created over a period of years. We tried to bring that into a single data lake. With our Golden Gate services, cloud services, we were able to bring in real-time replication into a single data mart. From there, we were able to bring in an orchestration layer on top of this data, where we were able to build agents, AI agents running on top of the PeopleSoft, which in turn was leveraging our GenAI GPUs and GenAI services with Cohere and Llama, because they built two different models, and then running on top of it multiple use cases, right from timesheets to simple queries of employees, that how many leave days do I have, or I want to look at my leave balance, or it could be in terms of, okay, I'm completing 5 years, what's my gratuity, and so on and so forth. So any kind of queries that could be run, timesheets planned, and right from hiring to retiring, also for recruiters who are recruiting, and that's a very large ITS organization with 300,000 people. So how could they profile their resumes, from a sample standpoint? So all those were some of the use cases. Currently, they are running 35 odd use cases. The plan is for them to kind of take this to 100 in the next 1 year. And we continue to work with them, very strongly on this area. They leverage our dedicated AI cluster, what we call as DAC, from India region, as well as, on top of it, as I mentioned, Llama and Cohere services. So that's one great example in terms of leveraging both the infrastructure, the data platform piece, as well as the AI infrastructure and Gen AI piece. So it's a very holistic solution, and they've been a very happy customer, continuing to expand their conversation with us. Now to multi-cloud, eventually that's where they want to go. Another interesting example, if I may add, is Wipro. Wipro, again, a very large ITS customer. Very similarly, they were leveraging Google Cloud and Azure for some of their workloads. But their payroll application, which was running on Oracle database, they wanted to see how could they continue to use or the power of Oracle DB, because it was a very critical application, again running payroll for the entire org, 250 odd thousand people. So they started the journey a little early, maybe not Oracle DB at Google yet, but we have an interconnect with OCI and GCP region connecting each other, as well as similarly with Azure. And they leveraged the interconnect to be able to leverage Oracle database cloud services, for their payroll applications. And that's been successfully done, implemented. And they are, again, a very happy customer, leveraging a truly multi-cloud scenario, but getting the best of both clouds, in the most efficient way they can, right? So again, so that's a very fascinating story, because we go and also help our customers, other customers, similar customers who kind of have adopted other hyperscalers in some way or the other, but still want to leverage Oracle database cloud services or autonomous capabilities, and eventually the power of Exa cloud services, which kind of drives more performance and throughput. Which can help their businesses to also grow faster, right? So again, classic examples, which I thought worthwhile sharing.
How does India stack up, in the global scheme of things as a market for you and also as a base for talent, especially given the geopolitical shifts?
We typically don't give the numbers.
No,
I think Vandana should be able to give you
numbers. But how does India stack up vis-a-vis some of the other markets? Would this be your fastest growing? Has it moved up in that chart? Is it now amongst the top few markets for you? If you could just give us some color on that.
Also, to add on to what she asked, with the geopolitical situation, will there be more development happening in India?
That's not a question you should ask. Because see, development for Oracle does not change. It happens in the US, it happens in India.
No, I think what he's trying to say is the US is very clearly pushing for make in US, sell in US. And that, of course, affects all kinds of strategies. So given that lens, but even above and beyond that, how is India market vis-a-vis some of the other markets that you operate in terms of the revenue, in terms of the growth opportunity and the headroom?
So everything you heard from Shaile's side in terms of the business growth, everything you heard from Prema in terms of business growth. So India for us remains a very, very key market, and across technology, across applications, and also across some of the vertical industry units. So no change from that standpoint. We are getting latest products in the market. Whatever release gets globally, same time is available in India as well. So in terms of focus, in terms of growth, everything, it's a very, very key market for us.
Yeah, from the GCC market side, do you have any example, in terms of some of the independent decision or R&D that you guys work at, Oracle from India, has some certain products that was announced today as India team played some major role in terms of any of those things?
So what Vandana said, we have products developed in US and as well as in India. So many of the products have development teams in India. So contribution-wise, of course,
You got it.
Yeah.
So after US, India is the second largest development center,
and we have 9 development centers in India, right? So almost every single product team has people based out of India.
Product. And also on the agentic certification that happens, right? How can people apply for that? Really from the Indian context, I think there are a lot of developers who are interested, a lot of companies that are interested. So message in terms of how do they apply for the certification program and become part of this contribution. The 32,000 with certified HSC 12. Yeah. So that is the number that is there. But how can Indian developer ecosystem or enterprise customers become part of that certification? Any
Okay, I'll just take a shot on this one. if you've seen the announcement, so we announced the.
We'll just take one more question.
So we announced the list of partners. We have almost announced the list of some 20 partners, which is already authorized to develop those agentic AI features. Right. So I think this list is going to grow over a period of time. But today we saw on the screen, like these are the 20 partners which are going to do the development on the agentic AI side, and which will be, which are authorized to develop those new IPs, and then we can, which can be uploaded into this. So that's where it is. I think it's not about, we cannot comment anything about, how the people will be there. It's about the organization which has been announced like today. This is where the awareness is.
And I'll also add to it, overall, Oracle University runs certification, skilling certification every year. And this year it's still on, and it's going to be open till 31st of October. This is free certification, and our target is to do at least 1 million developers. And we are very much on track to get this done. This was done last year also. This is over and above some of the programs we are running. Like we signed up with the NCST last year. You may have heard about it, by virtue of which we are gunning for 500,000 students. And then our partnerships, what we have done with various state governments. So that's what we have been offering to them. So skilling remains a big focus area for us. And we are basically from various angles, whether from our side, Oracle University, or through CSR initiatives or our Oracle Academy. So we are ensuring the best we can do from our side to train people so that they can get best use of the technology.
Yeah, one last question. When you started coming to India, I mean, we already.
Oh, come on, Sherry, please don't.
No. Actually, at this moment, we don't have any information. We'll certainly get back as soon as we know.
One question that I have from side is on the continuing on the IT is part of it. You said you building agents, etc. Now we see that even these IT companies, ITS companies are building their own agentic platforms, and for example, TCRF system. So they are also into the sphere where you are. So do you feel what's the USP that you would have over them building their own agentic AI?
So I look, there is place for everyone to survive and to win. That's where I would look at it. When Oracle is launching agents, whether it is on the OCI data platform or on some of the applications, right? We are building in AI capabilities which can work seamlessly with the applications or with the data or with the workflows, right? So it's totally integrated for a customer who is leveraging already Oracle application or data workload. It becomes a very, very seamless journey, and it becomes the agentic adds value in terms of making things quicker, faster, and so on. When third-party agents are building, it requires bolt-ons to be able to build on some of these enterprise solutions. So I believe it's for the customers to get that choice to see what makes business sense for them. If they're already an eBiz customer or a Fusion customer or an Oracle data, OCI or a data platform customers, they have agents available. If it can do the purpose, they continue to do. But if they need anything third party which can integrate, they have a choice to do that as well.
You have to meet.
Yeah.
There's another.
And actually, the most important part is having the platform itself. And once you have the platform, you can develop agents. As you heard, 600 more agents have been developed from our side, another
100 more from the partners. So they will coexist.
Very funny. Thank you.
And that was our exclusive conversation with Oracle India's leadership. Oracle is on a massive scaling run to shape its global AI future in India with 65% OCI growth, 60% SaaS acceleration, and partners deploying hundreds of AI agents on local infrastructure. One thing is clear. India has moved from being a market to Oracle's innovation co-pilot. And with that, it's a wrap on Front Page tonight on AIM Network, India's definitive media organization and voice on everything AI and technology. Front Page is powered by MachineCon 2025, an invite-only residential summit for GCC heads, exclusively brought to you by AIM Network. Well, till we meet again on Front Page, this is all of us wishing all of you and your loved ones a very, very happy Diwali. Of course, think AI, think lights, think AIM.